How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about CCIV that's going to be merging with Lucid Motors. It ended up having a strong performance inside the market today, and I was telling you guys this is based on market conditions, so we had a great setup. But before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing that we're going to be going over is a technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. Many of you were sending me messages, Dre, you said there was going to be an area of resistance at the $23 level. What ended up happening? We reached that $23 level and boom, got well into 24.70s. I think it was 24.74 to be exact. So it was great that you guys were able to find a strategy from that. And then when that is done, we're going to be jumping in, taking a look at Fintel because we want to know the short interest information. We want to know how many shorts are vested in this play because it still can give us an indication of more room for upside, especially going into tomorrow. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. What do we want to see? We want to see our institutions loading up. Are they getting involved? We're about to find out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for CCIV. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $24.28, being up 9.37%. On the low, it tested $22.15, and then on the high, testing $24.74. When we take a look at the volume stats, we can see we had 12.061 million shares that were traded. And as far as for the average volume over 10 trading days, it is around 10.079 million. So we did have above average volume, and it's part of the reasons why we saw some strength in CCIV stock. And I was telling you guys that $23 level is an area of resistance, and look forward for a strong move if it's able to pass it. And that's exactly what it did, and it ended up hitting resistance at 24.74. I did not play this personally. I did not alert anyone inside of the private group either, but I was saying, hey, if the market conditions are good and it's able to get past 23, then look forward for a strong move, and that's exactly what we got. Will this actually continue? Hey, that is something actually to look forward to, but one thing that is very clear here, I feel this $25 is a psychological level for CCIV. So if it's able to make this move going to $25, then it could get very interesting. And what I mean by that is it could easily get all the way, as you can see here, to the mid 25, so around 25.50. We do know that the combination is going to be happening on Friday. So yes, there is some time for CCIV to get to this $25 level. Of course, I do believe in the long-term prospects for CCIV. So of course, since I'm a long-term investor in this particular play, I have not added whatsoever in regards to my position. You guys already know, and I told you I added when it was in the $20 range. And of course, I'm going to be waiting to be getting it in at a better price. But anyone who traded off the momentum, congratulations. And I'd like to see a continuation of this, especially the market conditions continue to be strong and seeing a test of 25. So we're on Fintel. We're going to take a look at the short interest information for CCIV. So we can see here the short volume ratio is listed at 23.44%. As we scroll down on the page, the short shares availability is at 0, updated 10 minutes ago. And as far as for the short borrow free rate, apparently it is not available. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see here on July the 19th, it went down being at 19.57. But on July the 16th, it was at 23.44. So as far as what everything means from what we just looked at, yes, there is short squeeze potential that continues to be in CCIV. But since we are looking forward to a bullish move going into tomorrow, bearing on these market conditions, then what I'm looking forward to seeing is actually the short volume ratio going up. And if we get that buying pressure, we can make that squeeze and maybe possibly being able to make some very strong moves. And I'm talking about $25, $26 or above. But again, this is only going to happen being dependent on volume and so forth. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CCIV. So we can see here as far as for the inflow, we have 67, and on the outflow, we have 52. We have 0 on the large for both, 45 on the medium, 22 on the small. This is for inflows. And then for outflow on the medium, we have 34, and in small, we have 18. Keep in mind, this is in the millions here. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for July the 19th and as well as the 20th, we have 0 large orders. So institutions are not going heavy in CCIV whatsoever. But what we do see here, we see 2 outflows on the 15th and as well as the 16th. And then also we have an inflow day that's on the 14th. So it's been a while since we have institutions going in with large scale orders. So most of the buying that we are seeing is on the medium and also on the small side. Institutions can still take these kinds of orders, but also this is the mixed in when you start considering also retail being small orders and so forth. So as far as what we saw in regards to the price action, it was really good to see it from CCIV. And as long as we continue to have this interest coming big time from the retail side, which we saw today, we can continue to see this stock move leading up to the business combination. So now let's jump into the final thoughts. So for my final thoughts for CCIV, hey, I'm looking forward to see what things look like for tomorrow. What we want to see from CCIV though, if it can close above $24 in regards to after hours, I think it's a really good setup. Even if it does finish below that, then I'm still looking forward to seeing a good setup going into tomorrow. Anyone that was able to trade off that area, like I spoke about in the technicals, if it passes $23, it could really start moving. My congratulations to you. We did not get into this play in regards to the private group because we were too busy seeing some gains that we had from the day before, which was a red day where we ended up buying stocks that we were going to be keeping for medium to long-term swings. So we were already doing good already. But another thing that I also want to bring to your attention here with CCIV and the business combination coming up on Friday, yes, there can continue to be some upside here, but I want you to be cautious and do make sure if you're going for swings or you're just trying to go into this thing for short term that you have a stop loss in place. Of course, it's going to be volatile. Of course, you can get kicked out, but at the same time, you don't want to be holding shares, especially going through with that business combination, because I can see it actually dumping. And then of course, if there's a lot of interest, it will pick itself back up. But of course, when it comes to swing trading or even short-term trades, there's things called opportunity costs. You don't want your money stuck in one place for too long because you could have put it somewhere else and made more money off of it. So just clearing all of that up, as far as CCIV is concerned, you guys know I do believe in the long-term prospects, even though they have not put out one car on the road for people out there to drive and so forth. There is demand, and I do feel like as far as management is concerned, it does have the ability to put a car out there that's going to be successful, especially in the luxury EV segment. So with all of that said, as a long-term investor, and I'm going to continue to say it, I have not bought any shares whatsoever for today, and I wouldn't be buying shares at this particular level. When it got down to that $20 range, that's what I like it at. But as far as Friday is concerned, I will be keeping a close eye on it because I'm going to be looking for some deals. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.